Hi everyone, it's Carrie. We're at Home Goods today, and at the very end we'll have a bonus model home tour. We're going to check out what's new today. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back everyone. I'm happy that you're all here. It's baking season, right? So we've got the big Viking pans. Those are 100. We've got a little more budget friendly over here. This roaster comes in at 25. And then we've got the all clad. All clad is kind of up there with Viking, so this one is also going to come in at $100. These are a buy once, have forever. It's good quality right there. We're going to check out some Christmas today. We're going to kind of just wander the store, see what all we can find. $30. I do like that metal Christmas tree. Got some coastal items in here. We've got a coastal Santa. We definitely have a lot of coastal items, that is for sure. $20 for that little seashell tree. When I'm back in Texas in a couple weeks, I'm super curious to see what kind of decor we're going to have in the stores there. That is $15. It was really heavy, by the way. This $15 green tree. $17 for the silver deer. Oscar the Grouch. Bah humbug, how did you land here at Home Goods? Well, he's cute. $30 Sesame Street. I don't think I've seen any Sesame Street here in a little while. Actually, I'm trying to think if I've, other than a coffee cup or two, I've never seen little statues like that. Cute little white houses over here. This metal tree down here, $30. The store that I'm at today is in Winter Garden, Florida. This is the store that always has the really big section for lamps. $20 for that wood piece. Okay, and also, I bought this. It is $20. I bought this because I want to put this into the grandkids' room for Christmas when we ultimately get back into a house and they have a little room again. But anyhow, I'm going to carry this around with me for a little while, but it is a kind of like felt fabric little deer that you would hang on the wall. So we've got our little wood snowman. I do love the wood teddy bear. He is adorable. We've got our pretty wood sleigh here. Lots of Martha Stewart items in the store today. This little moose down here with the little velvet ribbon. Okay, I thought these trees were very pretty, very natural. I've seen these at a bunch of the home goods stores. This one is $70. Got some pretty Christmas trees up here, lots of fabric ones. Cookie Monster. What in the world? We've got all the Sesame Street characters in Home Goods, and they're the Christmas ones. So I kind of like this Santa here. $20. I love his little outfit. He's got his little snowshoes on his backpack there, his little green pants. We've got some snow globes in a kind of little lantern, but also this is kind of cool. Or Martha Stewart bells. There is a lot of inventory at this store, but this is a bit of a bigger store and their Christmas is a little bit more spread out. So I kind of appreciate that. I love this nutcracker. If I were to buy a nutcracker, I love that one. I love his little sweater. I think he's super cool. The red tree is also very cool. And then we've got our black reindeer. We've seen these at most all the stores. So you've got stocking holders, just some ones for decoration on, bookshelf or fireplace mantle. We've got a lot of nutcrackers over here. Let's just see how much some of these are. Bear with me. I'm walking around with that deer head underneath my arm. $15. When my husband comes back over with the cart, I'll put the deer head in the cart and then I'll have two free hands again. I love this little guy here skiing while we are browsing. I thought I would tell you all, first of all, thank you. Thank you for subscribing and being part of the channel with me. This is $25, super, super cool. I am going to do, when the channel hits 10,000 subscribers, which like we're almost there and that's unbelievable to me, I'm going to do gift card giveaways. And I'm going to do a little survey, kind of a little questionnaire, but I'll ask you all right now and you can pop it in the comments. And unfortunately, for my friends overseas or outside of the country, I can't include you. So my apologies on that. But I'm going to do gift card giveaways. I'm going to do at least 5 of them. And I'm trying to determine, I have to determine the amount, and then I have to determine which store. So I'm thinking, do we do Home Goods? Or do we do something like a Walmart? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm thinking Home Goods. So yeah, so I'm thinking, I love her, by the way. These are from Sweden. I'm thinking the Home Goods gift cards will be the giveaway because I feel like most all of us have a Home Goods. I don't know that everyone has a World Market. I don't know that everyone has a Hobby Lobby. So that would be the other store that I think I would consider. Maybe Home Goods or Hobby Lobby. Let me know. Home Goods or Hobby Lobby. Let me know in the comments which one would make the most sense. $15. She's really pretty. We've got some really pretty snow globes in here, some very fun nutcrackers. And I have to figure out how to do the giveaway. So I've sent in information already to YouTube to ask how to do that. How do we do rules, things like that. You will have to be a subscriber and you will have to be actually like a viewer. Somehow they go through and they can tell us like views, different things like that. So, and I recognize, like I know regular viewers just based on comments. What do we have? Santa playing a guitar, that cute little deer. We do. We've got a jamming out Santa. I'm not sure what he does. He is battery operated, so I'm assuming maybe the guitar lights up. Maybe he plays a little bit of music. Not sure, but he's $20. If anyone owns that, let me know what he does in the comments. Big Bird. Oh my goodness. Have we kicked the whole Sesame Street out here and we're all at Home Goods? Gosh. Well, I'm happy to have him here at Home Goods. I love Big Bird. Got some super cute Christmas. And then we are going to go back over to the lamps. We're going to check out some area rugs also. I know the store looked super empty there for a minute, but this store is super busy. It is never. I was kind of shocked myself when I looked up and went, ooh, we have kind of an opening of no people. That recliner was $300. You'll see that HomeSense tag here. Don't forget that HomeSense and Home Goods are the same company. Owned by the same, I mean, it's all the same products. It's just a different layout, and I hope that all of you get HomeSense. All right, we are gonna check out some area rugs here. They had a pretty good selection in this kind of like wide space. So I don't have to worry about getting gobbled up when a rug slides back at me. This one is a cool pattern, actually, very modern. So we got $600. That is a 8x10. Let's pull these back over here. This one is a good neutral. It does have a floral type pattern in there. A little bit abstract floral, I would call that. That one is $400. $500. This one's just kind of a gray, charcoal gray. This one's kind of cool. We've got $400 on this one. All right, we've got some pretty, oh, I like this one. I like these blues and these greens. This is a Ralph Lauren, and that one is $200. You see size on this one. It's like a 5x7. I do like that one. I also like this one with these kind of geometric cuts in it. That is $600. That's super fun. So this rug, I hope it picks up the color. It has this kind of gray green to it. It is quite pretty. A little bit of blue in there also. That one is $350. This one has sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that on the camera. There's literally little thread, like silver threads. Let me see if I can get up close and show you. So it's $400. It's a 7x9. Can you see that ever so slight silver? In person, it has a little bit of sparkle. It's pretty. Another good blue, kind of some greens in here, some cream. $350 also, 7x9 for that one. Then that geometric one, we saw that one a second ago. This is just a good neutral color, nice creamy. This one is $400. That's an 8x10. Let me pull some of these back. All right, so this one, $350. 7x9 on that one. I like this pattern, like those colors. The creamy white has like a nice sheen to it on the pattern. That's pretty. I like that one. This one I really like. They've got it in two different sizes. The center of it is not discolored like that. It's just, I think, how the rug was laying a little bit, so it kind of made that a little bit flat. That's a Draper James pattern. That one is $350. All right, we're gonna pull some more rugs back here. I really like this rug. I like this kind of like this kind of square plaid looking pattern. This is just obviously just kind of a tone on tone, but I really think that's cool. It is $400. That is a Brooks Brothers. That one's 8x10. And then Miss Martha Stewart has a pretty cool rug over here. I have seen this one in a few of the stores, that green. All right, let's pull these back. It looks like they've got 3 rugs clipped together, so we'll take a look. $350. Oh, we just saw that pattern. I do like that one though. This one's kind of cool. This creamy color with the black. It has really good fringe across the bottom, like tassels. This blue and creamy pattern back there, that one's $400. Sorry, it was, all 3 of those were clipped together. Now this is a rug, you're gonna see something very similar to this at Pottery Barn, just this kind of basic nice cream, but this one comes in at $500. A great big 8x10 for that one. I like these kind of grays and the cream in there. That's a pretty pattern. It's got a good border around it. This carpet here, my husband and I looked at it and went, it reminds us of carpet you would see in a basement, if that makes sense. It was nothing really too stand out. It was a brown, kind of a brownish tone. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm pulling some rugs back over here. They're getting a little heavier on this side. So this one does tone on tone, but does have a really pretty little diamond pattern. That is $450 for that one. Yeah, those are getting heavier on that side. Ooh, I like this one. A little bit of a busier floral pattern, has a really good border on it. I like the blues and creams. This is also a Ralph Lauren, and this one is $500. It's a pretty good price for that one. This store has a lot of ornaments. So there's, for some reason, a whole little pile of nutcrackers over here. So we'll just kind of go through the variety that they have. I love these little red and white ones. How fun are those? We've got, the reason these look like they're kind of like sad in the box, they're the kind that you pull a little string and they dance. That's what those little nutcrackers were. The pretty snowy white ones. These are satin thread. I actually bought that box. Just got some silver ones in here. We'll just browse around a little bit. These I thought were super fun. Very colorful, almost like a candy coated kind of ornament. All right, we're gonna slide over and look at lamps. We're always looking to see what we can find that is new. This definitely is $80. That is new. We have not seen that one before. And these are little iguanas. And fun fact, this week we actually have a falling iguana watch here in Florida. That is new to me. Apparently they fall out of the trees and can knock you out when we get below that like 45-degree mark. And they say just leave them alone. Don't touch them. Just leave them on the ground because they will wake back up when it warms up. So you can imagine this Texas girl was a little bit surprised when I got a falling iguana watch. I'm used to hail and tornadoes trying to take me out, not a falling iguana. So that'll be a new experience. These lamps I thought were very cool. Stone base. I like how they kind of paired them with those metal shades. I've seen those metal shades on different lamps before, but that was kind of cool. There's quite a few of those iguana lamps in here actually now that I'm looking around. Oh my goodness. I like this modern one. Let's see what else. Ooh, these are new. So it is a stone base. These are rechargeable, so they don't require a cord to plug them in, so you can put them anywhere. I love this. $60 for those. I love the versatility that we can just put lamps anywhere, like, and we don't have to worry about cords. Y'all, look what lamps they still have. I'm convinced they still have these lamps and haven't sold them because they have them paired with the wrong shade. If you put those with like a bigger shade, I feel like they would sell those. Oh my goodness. This was tucked away back here. I couldn't get to it. However, it was $280. I'm trying to figure out why and what brand that is, why it was so expensive. And I couldn't move the cart either. They had like a little stopper thing on it. But if we see that lamp again, we'll check it out and try to figure out what brand it is and why it's so expensive. So $60. We have a William Morris & Co. lamp on sale. These super fun blue ones, we have seen those before. So we've got a lot of clearance lamps right now. So these ones on the shelf right in front of me with this brass design on it, these are also rechargeable, so you don't need a plug. $40. You just charge them up and then you're good to go. These black ones down on the bottom with that kind of like glass bar, also rechargeable. I think those are super cool too. All right, let's see what else we can find. We still have a lot of these little dog lamps. So these Nautica lamps, I'm sorry, they're Tommy Hilfigers. What is wrong with me? $60. They're navy. They're not black. I know the camera probably makes them look black. Sorry about that, but they are definitely navy. I think we've seen most of these. Yes, we have, including this really kind of cool top one back up there with the florals. Got some fun greens in here. I love these. I call these banker's lamps. This one is $60. I like the green. Also, these greens, rechargeable. $40. Those are fun. $50. We've got a Laura Ashley brass base. Really kind of cool olive lampshade that has a bow right there. That's fun. Got some other good greens down here. I think a lot of these, I think I have seen this one before. Sorry, $80. I was trying to think, did I see that one before? And I think I have, but I still think it's a pretty lamp. $30 for this one. Have any of you purchased this is also another rechargeable, $40 for this one. Nope, that's a plug-in. That is a plug-in. That is not rechargeable. Have any of you tried those lamps with the metal shades? I'm curious with the new light bulbs being LED. the shades shouldn't get hot, right? I like that one. That green, that one is $40. I also like these. They have this, the base looks a little bit like kind of a short ginger jar. $35. It's a really pretty green on that one. I also like these. So they have a green marble base. The one on the right is turned on, the one on the left is turned off, so you can see the difference in shades. Got some more beautiful lamps over here. How much is this one? Way up top, we are $100 for that one. I think we've seen those before. $80 for this one. We've not seen this one. These are new. $60 for this one. Those are pretty cool. And then we have the whole little end cap over here. Oh, wait a minute. This is a candle warmer. It's got little kind of plastic crystals around there. Those get kind of hot. I wonder how those plastic, sorry, I'm just thinking like heat, because those little light bulbs get pretty hot for those. These are all rechargeable. All these little cute lamps in here, $35. These are rechargeable. You can put them anywhere. Got a stash of lampshades over here, and the lampshades typically here, they'll run anywhere from $9, $15, $20. That's a pretty cool blue one. Looks like there is some berry color, kind of burgundy ones in here. Got some different patterns here. This middle one isn't coming out too much. Got all the clearance ones over here. There's a full aisle of clearance lamps at this Winter Garden store. These over here are not on clearance. This one has a pretty cool floral lampshade. That's really pretty with the scallops on there. $80 for that one. These chairs, I have seen them at all the stores. They have casters on them, so they roll around, $130. That's a pretty comfortable dining room chair, as is this one. This one is $200. I will say, this particular chair right here, a little bit more on kind of the narrow seat side, if that makes sense. It's a very modern white nutcracker tucked away back in there. And this chair I thought was pretty cool. There was no price on it, but it's definitely a chair that I have not seen before. I like the way the fabric kind of like envelopes over the sides. And we need to have a discussion about these chairs right after we look at this credenza right here that is $500, and I think that's super cool. So these chairs are genuine sheepskin, crafted in Denmark. They come in at $800. Someone needs to tell me about this. Like, how do you take care of this? How do you keep it clean? What's the care? I'm going to have to look up some stuff on this because I didn't realize we had genuine sheepskin chairs. Like, I would worry that would get matted or get dirty, and then how do you clean it? $800 for this sofa. Has two recliners, one on each side. It is manual, so it's not, it's not the press the buttons, doesn't have to plug in. Not too much in the way of sofas in the store right now. There was a pretty decent amount of chairs though. Chairs and then kind of like odd and end bar stools. So those chairs back there were $100. This one comes in at $150. Looked like it was kind of a single one-off. These little tables, I thought these were cute. Look at all the round curves, $250. That's super fun. I like those. I think those are really cool. All right, $70. We've got probably $100 on this one, right? Because the pattern, yes, no, $70. It had a lot of detail there. 180 for these. So today's model home that we're going to go to, it is a more than $1 million house tucked away behind Disney World. These are pretty florals. The builder is Dream Finders. And no, I'm not buying $1 million house. I just wanted to go in and be nosy and see if it was like actually $1 million house. I'll let you all decide when you watch the video at the end what you think. Ooh, squirrel. Sorry. I just saw these pillows and I think these are beautiful. Ooh, they feel nice too. These are $50. That's a really nice feeling pillow. The stuffing on it also is that kind that you could probably get a good chop out of the top of it. Same with these pillows. So it's the same company. I like those. Those are really pretty. So this table, this is super fun. $100. Has a little crank on it. It doesn't really go up any higher than this, but you could take it down a little bit. So slightly adjustable. Here are some more pillows. These are cool. These are just like those other ones, same brand. $50. Those are just tucked away on a bottom shelf and I happened to notice them walking by. I like those. Okay, they have, this is a marble menorah, $25. This store, I will say, if you are looking for Hanukkah items, it had the largest selection of Hanukkah items I've seen in a store. That one had little cats on it. That's cute. Let's see what else. We've got, I think that's a fragrance diffuser, and then this looks like a decorative house that lights up. Maybe appetizer plates. Oops, I'm going to make sure we get this cup put back so it doesn't bounce around. This is black iron up there. That one is $20, and then the little train below it, that was really cute. They've got some pretty pillows. There, like I said, there were 3 big tables. So what is this? Is battery operated. Okay, that's really cute. Look at that dish. This is a little Hanukkah deli. That's adorable. Got some candles. And if I call anything the wrong name, I apologize. I definitely don't know everything about everything. That is for sure. And the Hanukkah goblins. The book is $6. I don't know if it's a scary story. I don't know anything about that. If you know, let me know in the comments. Coffee cups. Oh my goodness. Again, we're at the Winter Garden store. There's a ton of, look, this one's crystal. That one's super cool. Definitely a really big selection. Like I said, I think that was the biggest selection I've seen in all the stores. Fondue. Who grew up eating fondue? I did. Got a pretzel maker. There's different bakeware sets in here right now. There's also a giant golden gorilla. I think that should go in the foyer. What is happening? We've got dogs with gold wings. I've got a big black lion up there too. Okay, sorry, back to Christmas stuff. These are all the gift boxes. I love that there's some vintage patterns in here. They had stripes and polka dots and Christmas trees, and we've got fa-ra-ra-ra, aw, little dinosaurs, little Christmas dinosaurs. My grandkids would love those. Pretty big selection of those. Before we head out to the model home, we're going to check out just a couple more things. There are a bunch of yummy desserts up here. A lot of these look to be Italian. Panettone, am I saying that correctly? I believe that is how you say that. I've never had one. Let me know in the comments. Is it sweet? Is it not sweet? This one is a limoncello, right? May have to try some. they did have the cutest hot chocolate kits. So each one of those had a little mix in it. Let's see, price-wise, I will get that price for you. It is $15. I am learning how to focus this new camera. Harry and David's, that used to be a huge, might still be, big catalog company that you could order holiday foods from and get them shipped. Same thing here. Each one of these has a different little hot cocoa flavor in it. We might need these later this week so I can sit on my patio, drink some hot cocoa, and watch for those iguanas to fall. There's all sorts of goodies in here. Moose Munch from Harry and David's. I know what that is. It's like a popcorn goodness. All right, y'all. So we are at Dream Finders, right behind Disney World. It's a pretty big house. This is the Arlington with bonus, meaning that it's a whole upstairs bonus added to this house. I do love the front porch. I love front porches. We've been looking at houses and I'm like, okay, I think a front porch is on a must. We've had one at most of our houses. So here is the entry foyer. The floors that they have in this house are engineered wood floors. Luxury vinyl plank floors are very big, I'm finding, in Florida compared to Texas where we had hardwood floors. But the humidity down here, I don't think you can do hardwood floors. But you could do this kind of wood decor. This is kind of cool. So up here, we've got a bedroom up front. I love the kind of olive colors in here. It's very cozy. We've definitely seen that bench, something similar to that at Home Goods. Two nightstands either side. I love the lamps over here. And that art piece on that table, definitely something that we can find at Home Goods. The reason why I like tacking these videos onto the back of Home Goods is because we've just kind of visually walked through the store, typically looked at a lot of home decor item pieces, and then we can see how they're styled in a model home or how we might want to do that in our own house. This bathroom has a gray quartz countertop, has some artwork there, tile all the way up to the ceiling. I love that. And I like how they have the subway tile in here stacked, so it's stacked straight, kind of a little more on the modern side. I think this room is super fun. I like that there's a little bit of kind of fun pattern. And I like that they mixed it with the natural kind of woven mirrors and headboard. So right off the foyer, when we came out of where those two bedrooms, that bathroom were, they had those three mirrors. I thought that was cool. And then this extra little credenza right here. Initially, when we came in the front door, the house felt like we were kind of going in a more woodsy direction. But as I got more into the house, in some areas I was feeling the more woodsy, and other areas not so much. So I thought that headboard was pretty interesting. You know, I love a big tall headboard. They've also got it there behind the nightstands. See, there's some more woodsy art again. And I will say homes in and around the Disney World area, they're overpriced. I'm just going to say that right now. They're absolutely overpriced for what they are. I will show you all model homes when we are in Texas, and I will show you what $1 million home is. I do love the way that they set that tile on the floor there. So you've got your two sinks, a shorter vanity. I like the standalone bathtub. I don't like that it feels like it's kind of shoved in that back corner. I like it to kind of be more of its like a statement piece. And that was a very generous little shower, not little, but a generous shower room right there. Yeah, as we've been looking at houses, we've had just absolute sticker shock here in Florida, just in comparison. Like I said, I promise I will take you all through homes in Texas and kind of show you the difference. And for my friends in Texas on the channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very different homes. This is an office tucked away in the back. Could also be a bedroom. There were a closet. It was kind of a snug space. And the bookcases definitely felt like they were something out of the 1980s. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. All right, so here's the kitchen. There were some people working here in the kitchen at the countertop, so I'm going to kind of zip around them. I love that there are drawers like that in the kitchen. My perfect kitchen would have almost all drawers like that. So much more practical. That is a pretty backsplash, and I do love that the countertop has like a nice big veining in it. So we need to talk about this sink. I had that sink in my old house. It is a Kohler, it's a porcelain sink. If you are going to get that sink, it takes a lot of work. It takes maintenance, it takes polishing, it takes bleaching. I wouldn't do it again. It was a lot of work. But overall, I think that kitchen had really good countertop space, pretty good cabinet space. This is the downstairs family room. The built-ins, all those things that you're seeing, those are not standard in these homes. The railings are not even standard in a Florida home. In fact, the crown molding on the cabinets isn't even standard on a Florida house. So like I said, we've had like major shock looking at houses here, how different the details are. So come upstairs. This is the whole extra bonus. So for this house, the Arlington model is just the downstairs. So this is the Arlington with the bonus. So you come up here, you have this whole humongous game room up here. We've got a little, how did we style this over? We've got some like kind of little s'mores type kits over there. All right. These ottomans are currently at Home Goods. They've got a couple different patterns, but those are that hair on hide ottomans. We came in and I saw those and I went, oh my gosh, I literally just saw those at Home Goods. I like that they put two pieces of artwork up there. The room is so big, it makes that television look small, and I don't think that was that small of a TV. Then you've got your wet bar over here with your beverage fridge, your little sink. And then also up here, we've got a huge bedroom. This room was so big, it had two queen size beds in it. And this is all done in Harry Potter. I think the decor is cute. We could definitely find a lot of these things at Home Goods. We have seen these motorcycles at Home Goods in the past also. Got Diagon Alley signs, just some other different kind of nods to Harry Potter, including that beanbag. If you're looking for things, I think it was Pottery Barn Teen and Pottery Barn Kids. They had sold some Pottery Barn or Harry Potter bedding. I do like that dark accent wall behind the beds. I think that is super cool. And I have to tell you, I don't know how many times I've been in Home Goods and I'm like, who's buying a snake lamp? Well, here you go. Makes perfect sense now. Then we go down the hallway. There is a full bathroom right here to my right. There was really nothing special in it. We get into another great big bedroom. The bedrooms upstairs, they were so oversized that I wish they had larger walk-in closets. Like if I were building this house from scratch or even just comparing it to Texas, in Texas, our homes have typically really large closets because we don't have basements. We don't have basements in Florida either, but they tend to do a little bit of a smaller closet setup in the houses we're looking at. So it's been a bit of a learning curve. This one did have a small walk-in closet on that other side. Then a little seating area over here. And with that, everyone, we're gonna head out. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.